Carlos Nelson with Cascade Sports, and today we have the soccer coach of Ottawa University, Mr. James Cottage. And
Happy to be here.
James,
Yeah.
tell our audience a little bit about yourself, where you come from. I noticed as soon as we got on, you had an accent. The
Yeah.
floor is yours.
I appreciate you, man. So, first of all, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate the time and effort that it takes to do this, and big shout out to Janet for connecting us. I really appreciate her. So, yeah, my story. Grew up in England, born in England, grew up in England, big family, eight brothers. So bit of chaos growing up, but went to school in England. Small town, but lovely area. It's quite in the countryside, so very fortunate for my upbringing. Amazing people in my family. I was very lucky to have a good upbringing. Went through the school system. Obviously, fell in love with soccer at a very young age. I've been in 19 years now, so I do call it soccer. Sadly, my family probably would miss that one, but
What do they call it
yeah.
in England?
Oh, it's football. See, we use our feet, so it's football. That's what I've got to give the Americans that stuff, which I'm a citizen now, so I guess I shouldn't say that too much. But no, I love being over here, but I miss England. It's a great place. Growing up, I just loved the sport and being around friends and family playing it was a lot of fun for sure.
When is the first time you started playing?
Um, I was the first in my family that was like really football focused, soccer focused. You got me switched up now. I mean, I can't remember not playing, so that gives you an answer.
All
Probably
right,
kicking things
yeah.
that weren't soccer balls in the house.
Because over there, it's just like we play football and basketball. That's the major sport.
Yeah, I would say that the amount of focus on your football, your basketball, and your baseball in this country equates to the amount of effort and energy that the country puts into soccer in our country. It's a religion. It's massive back home. Like,
So, uh, tell our audience a little bit about your coaching here
so
in the United States and uh, how you arrive where you're at Ottawa.
yeah, so I did 4 years of school here. I moved over in '07. Spent spent time in Oklahoma at two different schools there. Had a great education with the people that I was around. Obviously, and I was at two NAI schools. Then became an assistant, then a head coach at the school I graduated from, Southwestern Christian. Had some success there. We won 31 games in 2 years and won a Christian national tournament, so that was a lot of fun. Then I moved to California and I was a Division two assistant for a year at Cal State Monterey Bay, which was it seems like a dream now because it was so long ago, but that period of time was great learning experience for me. Moved back to the Midwest and took a job in our conference at Bethel College in North Newton, Kansas. And then when Ottawa came open, I couldn't resist but throw my name in the hat, and it went really well. And the story that they sold me with what it could be was really positive, and just moving me and my family to a bigger area in Kansas was had a big appeal, and it was yeah.
Uh,
Now is now, as they say.
yeah.
The rest is
All right.
history.
So, how long you been in Ottawa?
So I've been at Ottawa since 2022. So this will coming up on 4 years. Yeah.
All right, so run down your first year. Let's go to where you're at right now. How you got where
Okay.
you at, and we haven't even talked about where you're at right now.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, for sure. So when I first got the job, it was the year before. We'd played against them, so I knew a lot about the team, and we'd scouted against them. We beat them. My Bethel team beat the Ottawa team at that time. But when I got the job, it was like a sleeping giant, in my opinion. There was all the facets that could go on and be something really special in the men's soccer realm. And when I got the job, they'd won 5 games the year before. So then when we got in there in like the February time of 2022, recruited, recruited. It wasn't much else going on. It was a little bit of training, but built the team up, and we had a decent first year. Like compared to what followed, it wasn't quite there, but came third in the league. Had some really good results, but set the foundation for something that could move on really well.
So, what's happening right now this season?
Yeah,
What has this
yeah.
season been like?
So fast forward to this year, we'd had some success in the few previous years of 23 and 24. Coming into this year, I felt really confident. I felt like the things that are aligned really well. At the start of the year, though, we had two returning all conference players. One was the second highest votes in the conference as a forward. He had an injury that was season ending. We had our previous freshman of the year had a season ending injury. And then two of our freshmen that we were had very high hopes for playing in the first team. We had some other injuries, but 4 to 5 top level guys in August were done. And we need, somewhere between 15 and 18 on any game day to really impact the field. So August was tough, really, really tough. But we got together, we worked really hard on what we needed to achieve in those moments with the fifth hardest schedule going into conference. So the regular season games that we are allowed to choose, we had the fifth hardest in the country. And we came out with some really strong results.
What conference? Tell our audience what conference you're in.
Sure, yeah. So we play in the KCAC, and that starts in the middle of September. So from August 18th, roughly, until the middle of September, we get to play regular season games. We get five. We take on the biggest and best we can find. We had like the national tournament runners up. We went to their place. We played some serious talent and played some teams that are ranked, and that really helped us get ready. I think we should prepare in the early stages for what we're going to see in the later stages because our conference at times is one that is just not ranked as high as some other conferences that we may come up against teams in those moments. So yeah, we've got to test ourselves early, and we really do. Fifth hardest in the country is pretty tough, obviously.
So where are you at right now?
So, funnily enough, we're at some familiar territory because we came here in 2023 to play in the first round of nationals at Lindsey Wilson, which is Columbia, Kentucky. A beautiful 9 hour drive up the road from Kansas. We got in late last night, but the boys are really excited to be here. There's not loads going on in Lindsey. They just win a lot of athletic games, to be honest. But it's a really cool place. And to be honest, the Lindsey Wilson athletic department did a fantastic job of preparing us and getting us organized. Yeah, fantastic job.
What do you think has made the difference in your team now that when you came in you already had players, but you being able to pick your players and recruit the kids that you wanted.
Yeah,
How has that affected and helped you get where you're at?
Yeah, good question. I think every coach, whether it's pro, college, I think at the start of the year you have a plan that you think's going to work, or else you wouldn't plan it. And in 24, we had a great plan, and it just didn't unfold how it went. So we learned a little bit as a group. We returned a bunch of great players, and this year the plan has gone kind of week to week at times. We had a great plan at the start, then we had some injuries, then we had some good results, bad results. But we've kind of moduled it as every week we've grown forward and made sure that we can like take steps in the right direction. And the one thing I've got this year that I haven't maybe had in years past is I've got an incredible staff. I think the staff this year is so well balanced and organized. They work so hard, and then the group of players, they really enjoy each other, and I think that goes a really long way when they just never stop laughing, joking. There's like relationships, and we have guys from all over the world. So we have like a German freshman and a
Yeah,
Australian
talk about
Scottish
that.
senior. Like those two players, like they're like brother and like they're only spending a few months together, but they're like big brother, little brother. But we recruit all over the world. To your point there, and that's a part of the job that I absolutely fall in love with is recruiting and talking to parents from all over the world. Just the nature of the NAI, you have to bring in international students, but we don't aim for certain countries. We aim for certain people. So it doesn't matter where you're from. We're going to try and get the best human beings we can in this program and then make sure that they're really good at soccer as well, which helps obviously on game day. But we've got some incredible human beings in this program.
Hey,
Yeah.
Coach, talk about Cascade Sports is home to student athlete. Talk about the academic part of your job. And
Yeah. So when we recruit players, we outline to them and their parents that if my real job is to make sure that young men become the best version of themselves by the time they leave. And academics is a giant point of that. If a kid has a D, we're notified. If he misses too many classes, we're notified. And then we sit down, and it's not a rah rah moment where we're mad at the player. We will sit down with the student athlete and say, "What's going on? Like, are you not sleeping right? Are you homesick? Are the classes too hard?" Like, we attack the problem with the person first. Now, if the kid's lazy and we've done a bad job recruiting it, then that's partly me, partly them. But my staff's done an incredible job recruiting in the last few years. But academics is it's why they're here. They love and they've got a passion for the sport. But if they don't graduate, then I'm as a great version of themselves, I'm not really doing my job. So
so, how important also is your student body engagement with the games coming out, supporting the team? You touched on the administration a little bit. How, because I always ask you coaches and the ADs, how important is that student participation and support from your administration? Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we're very fortunate, and I think some coaches would probably be terrified of answering that question, but I'm really fortunate. Janet's been a a rock for me. She's like on a personal level, on a occupational level, she's been fantastic. And then going bigger to the administrational side, we had a quarterfinal at home, and we had a ton of students there that made the effort to come out. And it wasn't the prettiest night in Kansas, but our president was there. We've had dean of students come out. Like it's just so important to have those moments where you turn around, look at the crowd after a game, and you have your president waving at you. I think that goes a really long way, making it feel like we're doing things right, that they're going to give up some of their time on a cold October evening and be like, yeah, I'll come out for you guys, no problem. Like that does mean a lot. And I think the college does a great job of pushing our games and trying to get people there. And we scored with 1 minute 20 to go to tie up a game that was like, I didn't know how that was going to go. No coach does. Backs against the wall, nothing's working. You tried everything, and we scored a really ugly goal. But the whole you can see it on a video. I'll get you the video. But we scored a really ugly goal, and the you can see the fans at the bottom. They all just erupt, and hands in the air, and that's a moment that no one will ever forget for sure.
So, Coach, who you playing?
Yep. So we play Harris Stowe State in the first round, and then if we are good enough to make the second round of the national tournament, we play the hosts, Lindsey Wilson, who are, I believe, they're 10-time national champion. They've done a good job over the period. They've had some coaches that have really got some stuff done. So a historic program. It'll be a lot of fun. But I'm excited for Harris Stowe. They've had a great run. They came out of nowhere almost in their conference tournament. They weren't the top seed or anything, but they've fought their way through and they've done an incredible job for sure.
So, we want to wish you the best, but we know you just got in. We're really interested in getting some of your players on.
Oh, they'd love it. Yeah.
Yeah, we like to do two at a time, and some of your staff. Uh, we're gonna let you go. What advice would you give to a young freshman before you get off?
Yeah, great question. I would say trying to live in the moment and really be a sponge and take everything in is a really important message that we try to give to our freshmen. Sometimes they can seem overwhelmed and like the world's on top of their shoulder. And I try to remind them that, you've got a little bit more time coming down the road where you'll be a bit more experienced, but anyone going down a road for the first time is going to have those moments where they're going to be like, I don't know what I'm doing. This is scary. And we're lucky that we've got some freshmen that are incredible at what they do on the field, and that confidence probably serves them really well. But just being present and realizing that you're not the finished article and you've got some time to figure out what you're doing, and there's chapters ahead that are gonna make it a little bit easier for you. So breathe and smile. That's probably the easy way to nutshell that. Yeah.
Hey, Coach. It was a plum pleasing pleasure having you on the show.
Yeah, I like that one. That's good.
And we look forward to following up once you get back to campus
Yep.
and get some interviews with the staff and see how you finish up here.
Fantastic.
So here at Cascade Sports, we wish you the best.
Thank you so much, Carlos. I really appreciate your time. It's been really fun talking to you.
Not a problem. As again, I could just picture you and them kids winning this championship, baby.
I hope you're right. You're a smart man, so I hope you're right.
All right. Night, night, people.
This program is brought to you by the City of Fountains Coaches Association.